Hey, what's up, you guys? Good to be back. It's good to be back once again. And today I thought I'd set up a little boss list of all the bosses that I've encountered in all of gaming. But this is going to be more of like probably two parts to this. So I'm separating it between times. So we'll have games from 2010 on forward, like today. And then the part two will probably be more super retro style bosses. So let's get started with this one. Number 10. Atom Smasher. This super cyborg demon here isn't to be played with. And since his most recent update, I believe was about a year ago, he absolutely shreds on the battlefield. Not only is he huge, tanky with loads of health, but he's quick, aggressive, and talks down on you throughout the entire fight. Don't take your eyes off of him for not even for a second. Or he just might hit you with an instant transmission and rip your head off your shoulders. I haven't played Cyberpunk for about a year now. I want to say 2024 in February. But at that time, I was still struggling with this dude with all the upgrades. I never experienced Atom Smasher pre-patch, but he's definitely made it on my list of top 10 bosses of games I've played. Number 9, Akuma, Tekken 7. Akuma's special chapter at the end of the game is absolutely dreadful. Even on the easiest settings, he puts the mittens on you faster than Mike Tyson's peekaboo stands, you know what I mean? But not only does Akuma have crazy combos out of this world, but he moves so weird and unpredictable. You know how Street Fighter's character battles, where it's almost like the fight moves in picture frames, you know, not knocking on the combat in that game, but in a Tekken game, it shocks the hell out of me on how he moves. There are certain moves that if you attempt to do, Akuma is like 10 steps ahead of you. And of course, he has his legendary technique, the Raging Demon. And from my memory, I believe that move was an insta kill in that special battle alone. There was no way I was going to create this list and not have my boy Akuma on here. Absolutely crazy fight. Number 8, Father Rodin. Is it Rodin or Rodin? I've heard people say his name in both ways. But anyway, Father Rodin is the most difficult boss to face in Bayonetta. Right now, I'm replaying Bayonetta to get the Platinum Trophy, and I'm not looking forward to fighting this guy, though I know I will. This guy is a fallen angel, and rightfully so, considering why he looks the way he does. But aside from that, he's also the most feared demon in the demon world. This guy is quick, fast, and in a hurry to cut you down. On top of that, he's immune to Bayonetta's time stop ability, which is like the key to defeating anything in this goddamn game. Not to mention a secret boss. In order to get to this boss, you have to beat the game and obtain over 10 million halos before you face him. 10 million, bro. I'm struggling to get 1 million halos right now, right as we speak. But since I permanently have this game, I'll have to chip up a few couple thousand of halos so I can face off against this monstrosity of a boss. Number 7, Isshin. Isshin the Sword Saint. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. But, so I'm going to start this off by saying this entire game is a goddamn problem. And in my opinion, the hardest Souls game to accomplish. But Isshin is not your friend at all. He makes that very clear within the boss fight. Parrying this guy can be a pain. And keeping track of the next move he does isn't exactly a cakewalk. For an older guy, he can move pretty fast. He must have been popping those CMOS pills or taking pure CMOS. But bro has a katana, a staff, and a pistol to shoot you in your shit. Some of his moves are absolute cinema and a beauty to watch. But if you aren't the one fighting him, that's a different story. Because I promise you, while fighting this guy for the first time, you're going to be at the edge of your seat screaming at the screen. Not because you're angry, but because you're scared. Overall, I would say he's the hardest Souls boss I've ever faced thus far. Number 6, Virtual Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This guy, this challenge, this everything. Why? Why am I fighting Sephiroth at the end of a boss rush? Virtual Sephiroth is a complete bully in this game, and is even worse than the regular final fight with him in the story. This dude has 2 versions of the most insane move that he does called Shadowy Chains. I believe it's what it's called. Not only can he hit you up close by moving in on you within a blink of an eye, but he can shoot he can shoot one at you that moves faster than the eye can see. This move is so dangerous because it locks your members in place, waiting for him to do his ultimate combo, which will for sure kill you without Aerith's ability to numb the damage, but it still hurts. God damn it. Eventually, I'll go back to acquire the platinum for this game, but Ruler of the Outer Worlds Vergil Sephi requires me to farm a specific materia that allows the fire element to heal all my team members instead of take reduced damage. And I'm not even at level 3 for that materia, which means I have to play an additional like 20 to 30 hours on top of the 200 hours I have on this game. Please pray for me. Number 5, Vergil, Devil May Cry 3. Vergil, let's just say Vergil all around is a problem. But Vergil in DMC3 is a pain to fight, especially when you go up in difficulty for Dante Must Die mode. This is Vergil. Everyone knows this guy and why he's hard. He is the counterpart to Dante in every way. But once you get his health down to half point, guess what? He goes into double trigger where you barely do any damage to this guy, losing the ability to stagger him, and he freaking heals. He heals. I mean, unless you're really good at Royal Guard, that's a different story. And he heals while chasing you down to let you know who's the big brother. My best advice to you would be to save all your heals and your double trigger fruit and until you reach this point in the game, because you're going to need all of them. If only, the Nintendo Switch version's freestyle mode was on every port of this game. That would be great. But no, Nintendo. Number 4, Elizabeth, Ninja Gaiden 2. This woman has no openings whatsoever. In order to beat this boss on harder difficulties, you're going to need those potions. Don't even think about Nimpo with this boss because she is designed to automatically dodge it. You know what? Screw it. She automatically blocks and dodges everything you do to her. I still can't quite figure out her pattern openings, but I truly believe you just got to get lucky touching her. She also has a move where she floats in the air and starts throwing blood projectiles at you, which heal her a lot, might I add. So for this boss, you got to lock in, my boy, because she's not letting up on you. My safest tactic and advice would be to use your Eclipse Scythe's ultimate technique. The blue aura can help, but can't reach her from a distance, but the red one certainly will do the damage you need. But keep moving until she starts to casually walk to you and then give that move a try. Number 3, Simon, Expedition 33. Expedition 33 is probably my game of the year for 2025. But my guy Simon, I guarantee you, during the second phase of this boss battle, it will force you to change your build 10 times over. This boss's hit patterns are so ridiculous, it'll have you on the phone with God begging for assistance. Even Jesus. Jesus, it's me again. For the 19th time? What are you talking about? Man, he is the hardest boss on this game for a reason. Because he fights you in the opposite way your build is set. Pre-patch, all you needed was Mael's meta build. Everyone knows what that is. But it's nowhere near as effective as it was in the past, where I've seen literal billions of damage and hit points. I applaud anyone for beating this boss. Okay, regardless, you have to be at level 99 with all your characters if you want to be efficient in this. His backstory is pretty crazy too, considering he's part of the canvas but fell in love with the creator. But he's definitely earned my number 3 spot on the list. Number 2, the mysterious figure, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. That was a mouthful to say. This boss on Birth by Sleep was almost my number 1 spot for a very long time after my brother mentioned I missed a couple secret bosses. But this is the one boss where I started fighting him for 40 seconds, just put the controller down, and just started thinking about my life. This dude is not a great time. Yeah, his health might be short compared to the others, but it's an equal exchange for the amount of times you can't hit him. He zips across the screen so many times. Your lock-on ability can sometimes lose track of him if you aren't careful. I believe this boss's young Xehanort in disguise coming back in time to rip you a new one. I know that sounded ridiculous. This is Kingdom Hearts, ladies and gentlemen. But don't even think about taking this boss on critical mode if you plan on going to sleep at night. Because dreams, the dreams you would have about this boss would be taunting you until you wake up. And even then, you'll be hearing his attack sound effects ringing in your ear.
I should get some sleep.
Number 1. Yozora. Yozora, Kingdom Hearts 3, Remind. Oh my god. Do you see what I'm seeing right now? Look at it. No, really look at it. That's all you, Chief. That's all the health you gotta take down for this Noctis at Timu. To be fair, he was actually supposed to be Noctis for Final Fantasy 13 Versus, but he was scrapped and redesigned here as Yozora. This boss is unbelievably difficult. Fastest boss I've ever faced, with the longest amount of health, and yeah, he has the ability to heal, but it depends on if he takes your Kupo coin. But no. He doesn't heal while you're fighting him. He heals when you push his health to absolute 0 and then back to 100%. Can you imagine getting all that health down and it's back up? If he does that, he's just trying to troll the shit out of you, bro. That didn't happen to me because I went in with no Kupo coin, but it happened to my older brother while he was playing. And when I tell you I feel his pain, that shit's crazy. But this boss is number 1 on my list because he will have you at the edge of your seat, damn near about to fall out of it, and will even make you jump like you sat on leather in 100-degree weather. But before you even get access to this boss, you gotta take down the 13 organization members, only to leave you with the most ridiculous boss. But he swagged out, I'm not gonna lie. He starts the battle letting you know you're going down. And you will, several times. Trust me. So that is my top 10 list of games from 2010 to modern times, I guess you could say. If you guys have any honorable mentions that I should take a look at, please let me know. Before you guys mention something, a boss that's difficult, I do know about Lion King, trust me. That's going to be in my part 2. And I know about the final boss, Scar, I know. But you guys want to know where I'm going to place him. But yeah, just let me know down in the comments below what sort of bosses you have in mind as your hardest boss. If you guys like the video or dislike the video, do your thing. And as always, please subscribe because I need that. Peace.